You see how I'm like rocking back and forth? That's how I know it's good. I just come and sit in it. He's about soul food that is. Welcome, Chef T.
My name is Sadakia Ben Emanuel, co-owner of Majani. We are here in Chicago in the South Shore neighborhood. I was introduced to cooking by watching my father. I'm one of 16 children, and cooking was always front and center for us. I became a vegan December 1st, 1981. For me, being introduced to the plant-based lifestyle came from my parents. We were raised Seventh-day Adventists, and so I already had one foot in the door. But when I turned 18 is when I became a full vegan.
Being that it's Memorial Day, I love to barbecue, or eat barbecue rather. And during this holiday, I love to be around my family in the backyard, eating burgers and whatever else. So today, Chef T, I'm probably gonna prepare a burger, but we're gonna need some sides. So what are you thinking?
I got you, DeAndre. Today we're gonna make our famous mac and cheese. We're gonna make our soulful black-eyed pea fritters, and we're also gonna make some roasted potato wedges.
Oh, that sounds great. I'm really looking forward to the mac and cheese though.
Yes, sir, we got you. This is gonna be your new favorite.
Let's do it.
All right, so for our mac and cheese, DeAndre, we're gonna have, you can see our mac noodles here, our nutritional yeast, our balsamic vinegar, which is used for acidity. It's gonna help coagulate that cheese.
Okay.
And the red pepper gives it color, the garlic, and then of course our soy milk.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm excited. Let's do it.
Let's add our mac noodles to our water.
Okay.
All right. So the key, in vegan cooking, trying to get that flavor and that texture so that folks can really feel that soul in it. It takes these ingredients so that we can really make sure that folks like you are satisfied, and folks that maybe aren't even vegan, because you're gonna have some friends over that aren't vegan,
exactly,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we wanna make sure those folks are satisfied.
Right.
So we gotta put that soul in it. All right, pass in the oil, please. We're gonna take a cup of oil. Can you peel this garlic? So here's the easy way to do it.
You just.
I'm gonna do one, you can do the other one. Smash it.
Is mine broke? So Chef T, Chicago, yeah?
Chicago.
So how is it in the community
Home of
there?
the Bulls.
Yeah, okay, yes, that is very, very true. How is it in the community work you're doing out there?
We have spent, I've been a vegan for 40 years, and probably 30 of that has spent doing community work, just trying to get folks to understand the need of healthy eating, how it affects your health. So we've been at every street corner, every high school, elementary school, just doing pop-up shops to teach folks about the benefits of eating healthy.
Right, yeah. It's always good to have people educated on what they're putting into their bodies and the impact that it has on the world around us. So that's
Yes, sir.
I'm really happy that you guys are doing that.
I'm glad that you are championing the cause of veganism.
Yeah, have to. I love it.
All right, so we're gonna add a tablespoon of salt.
See, Chef T's a pro. He doesn't even need a measuring spoon or anything.
Yes, I've done this probably about 10,000 times. All right, so give me half of this pepper, please. So like I said, the red pepper, it gives it that unique orange kind of color.
The mac and cheese.
It looks like there's cheddar.
Oh,
There's cheddar.
and I know the nutritional yeast is kind of like a little cheesy flavor too, right?
A cheesy, nutty kind of flavor, yes, sir.
Okay.
And it gives it viscosity as well. It gives
Right.
it that texture that you're kind of looking for. So, most of the time you would melt your cheese to get it, but in this way, it's already melted.
Oh, love it.
All right, so we're gonna add a cup of yeast, right? Balsamic vinegar. So this is gonna give it an acidity, but it's also the acid is also gonna help to coagulate the milk as we add it in. So it's gonna give it some thickness.
Okay.
So we're using a soy milk, an organic soy milk.
How long did it take you to make this recipe? Did you go through trial and error,
Oh
or
my goodness.
just?
100,000 times. I think each recipe we've gone through so many times. Sometimes it takes years, sometimes it takes just a few weeks, but you're always tweaking stuff. So,
Right.
So if you can take this, strain it, put that in the colander for me.
Okay.
Now, we're gonna have to do it the old-fashioned way. We're gonna use a cast iron skillet.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna go a little old school here. So what I need you to do is spoon this out, and you're gonna build about 3/4 of the way up. You're gonna tell us who makes your favorite mac and cheese pre-vegan.
My favorite mac and cheese pre-vegan probably has to be my mom or my grandma.
That's always a good answer.
Yeah. During the time I've been vegan, I've had a few mac and cheese dishes, but I can't say I've had one that's been my favorite. Hopefully today,
Hopefully today we'll change all
change.
that. Yes, sir.
How's this right here?
Let's do one more.
One more, okay. So, Chef T, you've been a vegan, like you said, for 40 years.
Yes, sir. December 1st, 1981.
Wow. And growing up, it was pretty tough to find different options for you, no? How was that?
I officially became a vegan. I was on my way to Baltimore, and it was definitely a challenge. You couldn't go to like the local store and get, tofu and all that stuff. There was no, burgers, pre-made burgers and all that. You had to make everything, from scratch. And but it taught me a lot, and to do it that way. But it was just, it was a challenge. You had to go out of your way. There was no place that really had.
Right. What were some of your favorite early meals at that time?
There was a dish. I was part of a Hebrew Israelite community. And so there was a dish, my favorite dish was called barbecue twists. So it was the closest thing that, I had that would shred and tear like meat. So I want you to pour this in, and we're gonna pour it in, and I'll stir while you pour. Here you go. You wanna make sure this is well covered.
I think during every off season, I would try something different more.
Yes, sir.
I would try something different. As far as diet, and 2 summers in a row, at the end I went vegan and I enjoyed it, and once I was starting to educate myself on the effect I was having on the environment, a lot of things based my decision on being vegan, and I'm really glad that I've converted over to this side because I feel great and I know I'm doing something positive for our planet. So
awesome.
Yeah. Awesome. And I found a lot of great dishes that have kept me in the plant-based family. So
we got to keep you on this side.
I don't plan on leaving, so I'm good. After this mac and cheese, it smells great. So.
All right. So you see that's how it's nice. It's already creamy, right? It's already creamy. So I need you to do one more thing for me, DeAndre, and that is sprinkle some of this smoked paprika on top, and that will set it off. And we're gonna make sure we have there you go.
A little more, right?
Yes,
I was about to say, yeah, maybe a little.
Yes, sir. You're on point. That looks amazing. All right.
Oh, look at that.
Let us get this in the oven. You slide this in the oven for me.
Me?
Yes, sir. I have a lot of respect for DeAndre Jordan to make the transition, especially as a professional athlete. The first concern is, am I going to get the nutrient-dense foods required to perform at a high level? And for someone he's done the research, he's really looked at what does it take to perform at this level. And I know from a social level, I know he gets ribbing from his teammates and dude, how here have this burger, but he's remained steadfast, and I give him a lot of respect for that because socially it can be kind of awkward at times when you're on this path. Now I was a lot more accepting in society, but certainly have a lot of respect for someone who's willing to put everything on the line for what he believes in.
So I think for me, I like to keep it as simple as possible. So I'm gonna start seasoning these Beyond patties. Beyond Meat is definitely one of my favorite proteins.
How do you season your Beyond Meat patties?
Well, I think I like to keep mine a little simple, a little paprika, and I've learned over the years that onion powder can go a very long way.
Goes a long way. Do you season everything while it's on the griddle?
Is that bad?
No, I'm just.
Is that bad? Did I already fail the test?
No, I'm just asking. I'm just curious.
I do, because then I can flip it and go around on the other side.
Gotcha. No, I mean, I know some people like to kind of season it together.
Before.
Yeah.
This is just.
This is your version.
This is all experimental too.
Yes, sir. On Memorial Day, you're off. What do you do on Memorial Day?
On Memorial Day, if I'm not working, I'm usually with my family. Like I said, having a barbecue, enjoying some good food, great conversation, some laughs, a lot of plant-based foods for me.
So how's your family? Is your family? How have they embraced your plant-based journey?
They've embraced it, honestly. When I first told my family I was going on plant-based, they were kind of concerned, like, what's going on? Like, Are you okay? You know.
What's the number one question to ask you, DeAndre?
Why? You know, like, what's wrong with you? You know.
So they didn't ask you about where are you going to get your
proteins from.
There you go.
Yeah. A lot of people still ask me that question. Where are you gonna get protein from? How are you not gonna be strong enough to do this? And but
so everybody's a nutritionist when you become a vegan.
Exactly. Yeah. But then once people realize where their protein is actually coming from, most of it, then they understand. Wow, it is okay to still be vegan and
I'm gonna start
and or plant-based and live your life the way you want to live it and enjoy food and still get that health benefit.
So next time somebody asks you where you get your protein from, ask them where do they get their riboflavin. Yes, sir. Those are ready. These burgers are great, by the way. Once we set those to the side, we'll get started on our potato wedges.
Okay.
All right. Awesome. All right. So our potato wedges, pretty quick and easy. We're gonna cut these in half, and then we'll cut these in wedges.
So how's the plant-based scene in Chicago?
It is really amazing. It is growing. Seems like every day is a new vegan restaurant coming online. So, as one of the pioneers in the vegan movement, it's good to see, more folks becoming aware of the benefits and the virtues of being vegan.
That's good.
Yeah. I'm drizzling a little olive oil. Olive oil has a lot of flavor. It's also really good, a lot of benefits of using olive oil in your diet, right?
Okay, yeah.
So we're gonna drizzle that with olive oil first, and we're gonna toss that up. So we wanna get these coated, get these well coated, and then we have the rest of the ingredients. We have some za'atar, sea salt, granulated onion, granulated garlic, and smoked paprika. We're gonna add a little bit of each of those things there.
I gotta work on mine.
So I need you to mix all that together.
Okay.
I'm gonna get a sheet pan. All right, is that well coated?
I think so.
All right.
Oh, yeah, I think that's solid.
Oh yeah. So we're just gonna take this and put these skin side down. Pop those bad boys in the oven.
Okay.
We know that DeAndre sometimes misses soul food, so we wanted to make things that were comforting for him. We want to make sure that he understands that you can have soul food and still be vegan. Last dish,
okay,
DeAndre, we're gonna make our black-eyed pea croquettes.
Ooh, okay.
All right. So what I need you to do is to take and fill this about halfway with the black-eyed peas.
Okay.
And grind that up as best you can.
Okay.
While you're doing that, I'm gonna prep the veggies that are gonna go in that.
Okay.
We're always trying to slide veggies in everything that we do, right?
Right.
So most people don't even know that we put zucchini and carrots in the black-eyed pea for it. So do you garden? Do you compost or anything like that?
I garden a little bit. I'm not a major green thumb, but I got some stuff that kind of in the garden that you can't really mess up on. So Chef, what are some of the customers' favorites at your restaurant?
Ooh, I would say
that many, huh?
Well,
must be nice.
By far the most popular dishes are barbecue cauliflower.
I'm a big fan of the cauliflower.
The barbecue cauliflower is probably the closest thing that reminds folks of like a chicken wing or something like that. So, and then we just our soul bowl, which is jerk tofu, mac and cheese, collard greens, and candied sweet potatoes is probably the next one behind.
All in it, mixed together?
That is
in the bowl.
That is a meal, yes.
Oh, man. That sounds great.
Yes, sir. DeAndre, we know we gotta protect your hands at all costs, right? So when you're shredding a vegetable like a carrot or zucchini, you wanna kind of put your thumb on the end and then keep your palm open so that we don't end up with parts of DeAndre in our black-eyed pea.
We definitely don't want that.
So you see how my hand is open and I'm just rubbing the, all right. Do the same thing with our zucchini.
I'm gonna grind again, guys.
All right, so we slid those up and we're gonna make room. So I'm gonna let you do the first one here.
Okay.
Do the next one here. And we'll do this one. Just take a spoon of that and lay it on the grill. Put a little oil down first.
Okay.
And you can use whatever oil is that you're comfortable with. We're using olive oil today, but you can use vegetable oil or sunflower oil or whatever. Just kind of pat that down a little bit. There we go. Now, here, I'll do the next one.
Okay. And how long do these usually cook for?
These are gonna cook for about 3 or 4 minutes on each side. You want to get a nice golden color like that. Now, the beauty of these that these are today we're using as a side for your burger, but you can have these as a burger itself. Like you can make this into a burger. Speaking of burgers, let us finish up your Beyond Meat burgers.
Okay.
All right, let's bring those over here. We're gonna do a salsa right quick, and all right, so this will go real fast. We're gonna dice up our tomato, onion.
That's fast.
And we'll take some fresh cilantro. This is definitely something you want to do at the last minute. Okay. All right, we're gonna take and put a little salt on that, a little juice. Now we're using lemon today, but lime is preferred.
Okay.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Yes, sir.
It's looking good.
Wait, there's more. Last thing.
There's more.
Now we're gonna take a little bit of that, put it over top. That's a kicked up Beyond burger.
Beyond Meat is about to be beyond today.
For us, cooking clean is at the heart of what we do. Everything that we serve here at the restaurant is made from scratch. We support the local farmers. We have some farmers that we get collard greens from that are just a few miles from where we are. We get fresh herbs from some of the local community gardens. And so cooking clean is I think is the ultimate in vegan cooking, because everything we make is grown from the ground. So DeAndre, your hard work has paid off.
It was a lot of hard work too.
So let's pull everything out and let's finish this up.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that looks amazing.
Come on.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Zoom. Who's got the Zoom camera?
Come on, man. Dude, well done.
Thank you, Chef T. I appreciate it.
You're
I can't
welcome.
wait to grab on this. This is gonna be great. All plants right here, guys.
Sir.
All plants.
Cleaning up the plate. Hopefully you don't have to clean up the plate.
All right, here we go. Chef T's
Going
mac
in?
and cheese.
All right.
Oh. I gotta walk off set and then come back. It's creamy, so flavorful. I can taste the bell pepper for sure. But it's like a just cheesy, creamy, very, very like herbs and spices to the next level for sure. You see how I'm like rocking back and forth? That's how I know it's good. I just calm myself down. Yeah, you can taste the veggies in here, but it's not too over.
Right.
You know, it's
Right.
I can't even put it into words. That's how good it is.
Come on, man. So now we about to dive into this burger, man.
You ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's do it.
All right.
Look at that. Oh, here we go. I gotta get it right. Chef T, thank you so much for coming. I appreciate
it's a
you.
pleasure.
I can't wait to destroy this food off camera. It's amazing. Guys, if you want to have more of Chef T's amazing recipes, he has 3 locations in Chicago, the South Shore. It's called Majani, which means green in Swahili. So
Very good.
thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you.
You're welcome,
yes,
brother.
sir.